Okay, so thank you so much for joining this class, this healing class on the summer, like the solstice, the winter solstice. And yeah, it is a nice opportunity to come in touch with the idea of light and let there be light and the change from darkness into light. Um, yeah, and so this is the opportunity to come together and see what it means to say to enter into your freedom, because that's where this has all to do with. By entering into your freedom and offering that to everyone uh, that is here with you, because the celebration that we're anticipating, like the Christmas celebration, is one that we do together. And I use this 21st of December then for most of us as the day in which we are allowing the light to take over our life, so to speak, and still letting somebody in. So I posted many videos of Joel on the EV Hub YouTube channel, just as an gift, because I felt like, oh, this is so great. I would love to offer that right now, and especially certain classes with certain titles, with certain content. And so we're going to use that later in the hour, not this hour, but the next Time to Teach hour. In this class, we are just having a little bit a moment of healing teaching. Yeah, it's not really teaching, but it's more like a healing session together. And the second part of that is a question and answer. If there's anyone that wants to use that, you're invited to do so. That can just help to get some clearance, or feel support, or whatever is needed for you, like in terms of a question that might pop up. And everything will be used, in fact, to consolidate, or that sounds a bit heavy, but consolidate the idea of freedom, of your personal individual freedom, because this is by offering that your freedom to everyone, it will be yours too, by allowing everything to be as it is and not trying to twist and turn it in the way that you want to have it or you think it should be. A real miracle happens. So I'm really on that, taking a look at that with you today, because we say, like, okay, we're going to celebrate Christmas, but then at the same time, like, it has to do with a Christ that's being born, and a Christ within you that has been born. So it's basically connected to your own rebirth, and that is in fact a beautiful thing to celebrate. um, and then the idea of the Christ within. Yeah, how are you going to celebrate that? Why is there such thing as Christmas? Of course, it has turned from out of religion into a certain ceremony or a certain tradition. But basically, in this moment, you would not know how to celebrate this Christmas. So, in order for us to have a whole different experience with all of that, with the idea of your personal individual rebirth, with the idea of celebrating Christmas or the time of Christ, um, to bring all that together, we are under great guidance, and that is what we really are asking for in this moment. Like, we don't know how to do that, but there is one who knows, and there's also like a Holy Spirit that can show you how you can celebrate this. So one of the forms that was given me to celebrate this was to organize this seminar, and that is something that I've strongly felt doing. So that's why I did it, and I set it up, and see whatever happens after that. I don't know. But see, there was some kind of intention for me to take a time slot to just relax and stand still with this idea. And this idea is not just an idea. So that is the next step. We will have to enter into the present moment, because that basically is the time of Christ. It has nothing to do with what happened yesterday. It has nothing to do with what happened a moment ago. No, this is really an invitation to enter into this present moment, leaving everything behind, just like we practiced in the meditation sometime like an hour ago. So that is over too. Now we get into the practice of being right here, present together, being open to offer everyone freedom, being open to receive that gift for ourselves, the gift of freedom, the gift of light, the gift of spaciousness, of timelessness. So that's not too, I don't want to make this too big in that sense, but I don't want to make it too small either. Like we're so, say, we were so in the habit of having a certain way of celebrating Christmas with some kind of sacrifice that is needed. Like you have to give a present to this person, otherwise he will not like you anymore, or like all kinds of human laws connected to the giving part of it. And not that it didn't feel good to give, but it's like if you give in order to receive something, then it really does not really, yeah, it's not really a gift at all. So here we are in a whole different way. Now giving freedom to one another is allowing everyone to be as they are, as they really are. So that is quite a gift, and that is quite an assignment for yourself too. So in order for you to feel that freedom is the first step, of course. Like in order for you to feel the freedom, you have to set aside all the things that you think that you have to do in order for you to be you, for you to be the Christ. Like the same as what we did in the meditations, like leaving everything behind, all your ideas, concerns, and you name it. We leave all that behind to enter into a completely, basically, an empty space that is going to be filled up by your light, by the light that's coming through, by the peace that is given you without beyond understanding. You literally enter into a place beyond understanding. See, and see, all these things are not concepts, but they're actually revelations for you. Like it is real what has been said. So that's the same with the relationships that we have, like with the relationship with your brother. There's an opportunity for a real relationship. And what that means is like you have an opportunity to come into a direct communication with whoever you are, if you allow that moment to be whole and complete. See, if you go and visit your aunt, or you visit your neighbor, or you visit your child, or whoever it is, it's like you already have a set up idea about who this person is and his habits and his things that you really don't like about him, or the things that are so great about him. But in the same time, you miss actually the opportunity to be completely open and receptive for the one that's in front of you. So here, the invitation then is for a real relationship, and that means coming from a direct communication, coming from becoming completely present in this moment to meet the one that is there. And so see, the practice is pretty much all the time the same, as that letting your ideas not uh, letting your ideas go instead of doing something with it, not letting it be an say a limitation to your own perception. And that's easier said than done, but it's worth practicing it, and it's worth becoming completely conscious of the fact that you don't know who's in front of you, but you would love to connect and to feel that there's an instant communication or a total communication possible. So that is another part that we discover in this time of Christ, in this celebration of your rebirth, of your waking up to the reality of who you are. So, in this idea of freedom, it keeps coming back to me because in the freedom there's so much to discover for us. One of the things is also that we tend to sacrifice something in order for to be in relationship with someone, to be a good friend to someone. We think we have to sacrifice something, and so in order to have this real relationship with the Christ that's in front of you, recognizing the Christ that is within you, any kind of sacrifice would limit yourself in receiving the full gift of being present and being in the freedom that you can experience. So it is good to catch yourself in the action of sacrificing, like, I don't need to do that. There's no sacrifice being asked. No, I can completely trust what is coming to me. I can completely trust what wells up in me in terms of whether I should do something or not. If I am quiet enough inside myself and become still, I get all the answers in the present moment in terms of guidance, and it will tell me where to go, what to do, and who to meet. See, but that is the only time and the only place where that has actually been given to you and where you can receive that for yourself. And receiving that for yourself is literally what is being asked of you, to receive that for yourself. Like nobody else needs to do this. Nobody else needs to hear this. So this is my invitation to you, to myself. Like, yes, I need to receive this for myself. Like it is present here, and I only need to be receptive, like leave everything behind, allowing myself to become open and receptive, open like empty hands and no ideas about what I should do or how it should look or what is happening to me. No, in this complete stillness and emptiness, there's nothing there that you need to do, but you can completely trust what is coming to you in that sense. So, and then your understanding calms down because it is not useful anymore. And your whole nervous system calms down. You start to breathe slowly, and you actually start to feel grateful for no reason. So this stillness is very important, and this taking time to quiet down is where your answer will be. Like we can listen to many tapes and we can read a lot of books, but in the end it is you doing the exercise, or you sitting still, letting everything go for just a moment and having your own experience that will do more to you than a thousand words. So this is really my invitation to you right now, is to just allow that to happen to you, and to sit still with yourself in your closet, and just allowing that change to occur to you. Like there's a shift possible for you. Joel calls it a click, or yeah. And I don't want to pinpoint anyone. I don't want to fix that idea in your mind, but it can present itself in so many ways. And for some, it is like getting warm hands. Others feel that their solar plexus is opening up, or feel some stirring in their spine. It can manifest itself in all kinds of ways, but one thing for sure is that the quality of the feeling that you're actually feeling is completely different. So, see, one of the last videos that I posted was this, like, all power is given unto me. And it's also in one of the talks of Joel. See, the fact that all power is given unto me, you can see that this way is that you indeed can stop the reunion of you and your father, even though there was never separation. But you can delay that with your own will. You can delay coming into a direct experience of oneness, of completedness. But of course, you don't need to do that. So, but see, that's where you have used your power for, to resist that, to resist being completely one with your father, even though you know that that is already the case, that is, and separation never took place. But like there's a part in your consciousness, there's a part in your mind where you are in constant communication. And that is the place where we speak from, and that is the place of Christ, the place where direct communication is possible, and where you have the opportunity to directly communicate. So, and then it is the question. Then is like, why not let that happen right now? What is the point of delaying that idea, delaying that for yourself? So, in this time of Christ, this is the perfect time for that, to allow, to let that happen to you, to let that happen to you, to come into a rebirth of yourself. So yeah, the idea of freedom comes up again. It's like that's really like a hot spot, so to speak, where a lot of things are happening. Are you allowing everyone to be as free as you want to be yourself? And this is not like to make you conscious of it in terms of um, yeah, there's no guilt connected to any of that. It is just to look openly, to look completely transparent to what is occurring to you. Am I allowing everyone to let them be themselves, like I would have them let myself be free of that too? And that's an important step. And that's also connected to your feelings, because you feel it when somebody is limiting your so-called freedom, when somebody is limiting you in a way that you think like, well, that's not necessary, I already know this, or I can do that. Like there's no need to limit anyone in any way. But it is always exactly that point where the rubber meets the road, where you actually feel like, yeah, okay, if I let that go, then I lose all control, or this and that is happening. Like I have certain ways, rules for myself. I have certain rules. I've set up certain rules for my children, for instance, or for my partner. They have to behave a certain way in order for me to be with them. It's like I put my conditions right there. See, and that has nothing to do with what freedom is. So freedom, and it doesn't mean that you have to be limitless and crazy, so to speak, in all kinds of things. But when you limit your brother and when that isn't necessary. So that's what you can trust, and you don't have to do that again. So for you to enter into your state of freedom is then to enter into this present moment, and the moment where you are free of your ideas about yourself and about everyone else. The moment that you're free and still to be completely present in full expectancy of the moment that's about to come. I always say, like, I'm full expectancy, but not expecting anything. So that's basically a very empty state, but it is, you feel the life energy when you enter into it. Like you're so curious about what is going to happen in the next moment, while you don't have any expectations of it, but you feel an expectancy. So that makes it that you're completely open to receive what has been given. Because, like, with every cell of your body, you're open to receive it. So I put down some questions that were arising, and let's see if I already answered some. Hmm. Oh, yeah. So this is another part that came to me. Um, what is not love is only fear, and it's nothing else. So part of this comes from A Course in Miracles. I just read a part of chapter 15 from A Course in Miracles, and I use this because it's so say it comes so close to the Christ awareness. It is so, it's literally coming from Christ's mind. That's why I love to use it in this moment. So one of the things is, what is not love is only fear, nothing else. So we are very creative in our minds, and also, like, if you think somebody doesn't want anything to do with you, you see that as he has a reason for it, or he has this or that, and then you basically judge him for it, or limit him in a certain sense. So here it says, it's like, no, what is not love is only fear, nothing else. So, differently said, is it is always just love, or a cry for love. And cry for love, I like that idea too, in terms of, um, if you are relating to someone, whoever you meet, that can easily come to you. Like, you see that there's something going on. You see that there's actually a cry for love, while with your human way of translating it into behavior, so to speak, you would easily come to a judgment like, oh, this person doesn't want anything to do with me, or he doesn't like me, or he this or that. And you know what I'm talking about. So this is really great to be conscious of it, that it's basically a cry for love. And this cry for love can only be changed by you. And that doesn't mean that you have to save the whole world, so to speak. No, but you can invite this person or this contact that you have, you can invite it into a safe place where you actually are not judging, but opening up for something else to happen. And that is also, if you start to feel the effect of that by seeing that this person is actually feeling safe suddenly to share something with you, then you really have, like, made a bridge between one another and confirmed your oneness with everyone. So this oneness with everyone is your natural state of mind. In our uh, say daily life activities, you have a lot of opportunities to practice this. Speaking from deep experience, like, yeah, it's easier sometimes to judge. So it seems that it takes a bit more effort to calm down and to go beyond your own judgment and to come into an inviting someone to come to this safe haven, so to speak, to feel safe and maybe opening up for real contact, for a real relationship. And what I mean with a real relationship is like an to share together a holy instant, to see that there's a shift from fear to love. See, but only you can do that. You don't have to wait till somebody else is doing that. So this is very fundamental, basic healing. You know, it's very basic healing. It's not, you don't have to open an office for this. No, you can practice this in your daily life. You know, there are plenty of opportunities when you relate to people to practice this, and to be able to be conscious of that is amazing. So that gives you a whole different world where you are actually participating in. See, and now we're entering back into the idea of freedom. Basically, if you don't confirm the separation or the judgment that you hold about someone, you're basically offering him freedom, because he's allowed to be himself, and he's allowed to just um, it's like you give him your patience to wait long enough to let a change occur, or to you feel that there's a possibility to have a real contact with this person, and you never know why you're there. We think sometimes that we know why we're in a certain place, like, yeah, I'm going to the grocery store to get some oranges. Well, this time, no, you don't know anything. You don't know how to do this. You don't know why you are in the shop. You don't know what is going on. So here you are on your mission, and you have an opportunity to experience something else, something completely different, and that is part of your adventure of awakening. So here you go into the store, and you don't know, you can just get your groceries, that's fine. But at the same time, not judging anyone around you, but staying in an open-minded state gives you the opportunity to have some real contact, and that changes your life. Like, you don't have to do that for anyone else but yourself. That changes your life and your experience in this world. So, just before the class, we were just talking a little bit about the, say, lockdown and the limitations that seem to be there right now in many countries in the world. But here, there's basically a great opportunity to find your freedom here as well. Like, even though the situations are different, it really does not matter. The mission is still the same. You have an opportunity to find your freedom here. And why would you want to find it here? Well, it needs you need to find it here in order for you to be free of the limitations of this place that you experience are here. So in order for you to overcome these experiences, you actually come into yeah, into the mode of giving freedom to everyone you meet, and you do that by taking a little bit more time, by giving up your ideas, by allowing yourself to come into this present moment, leave all your ideas behind, and being completely open to see everyone anew, and to literally let the light into this dream that you're in. See, but that's always right now. So I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking about this moment. It has nothing to do with any other time. So this is the information that I give you for this moment in which we can enter into that present moment. So don't forget, don't think like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that next week. It's like, no, this is a moment by moment practice. Leave everything behind, being completely open and receptive and see what's going to happen. So, how to celebrate Christmas? I have no idea, but it can be shown to me. I can become completely open to receive the means to do this. For me, that was part of this was that seminar. You know, it's like being completely open, extending myself as who I am, and you find your way in doing that. You do this exactly in your way. All right. So that's so great that we have time to do this and to be together in this celebration. Like, yeah, why not celebrate this? Look at what's given us. Look at what's came to us. This possibility of waking up out of a dream that has no life to it. Um, so waking up out of a dream of death. So we are literally celebrating life, having the a great opportunity to become ecstatic in this moment by realizing what's actually the gift that has been given us, and that is the total freedom that is available to us. And what does it take from you? What does it ask from you? Absolutely nothing. You know, it doesn't need any sacrifice. So that is so wonderful about this. That's lovely. Thank you.